Hello YouTube, this is an alcohol review of Gustavo Aguardiente. There. Artisanal rum, 100% sugarcane, 40% alcohol by volume, 80 proof, 750ml bottle. Stamped and labeled. It is a product of Mexico, I believe. Yes. Mexico. Alright. Now, this is where things get a little peculiar, in my opinion. This Gustavo Aguardiente is Sharanda. I'm sure I chewed that up to pieces. Produced from 100% sugarcane grown in the highlands of Michoacan, Mexico. Sharanda is a denomination of origin specific to European. Michoacan. Sorry. The religion. Jeez, this is just getting worse and worse. The region is composed of vibrantly red and mineral-rich soil at an elevation of 1,620 meters, providing the ideal terroir for cultivation of sugarcane used to produce Gustoso. European is home of the Pacheco family, who have been producing this Sharanda since 1907. We proudly produce it. I hope it's good for you. Smooth flavor, memories of exact destinations, so forth and so on. Well, the end part was easy to read. There you go. This came out of Sonoma, California. Produced in Mexico. Imported, obviously. There you go. It's rather also peculiar in how they labeled it. A lot of peculiarness about this whole thing. We have here raised. It's a raised ink on the bottle itself, but it is a stamped label. If you don't want to classify this as label, so just strange. And the paper used on this is not cheap. It's a fairly heavy pound paper, considering it's a label. I'm not quite sure what they were trying to improve or cut corners, or I don't know. It's very crisscrossy on what you would think their end goal would be. The expense of the ink, expense of the paper, we have here a cheap top. The rubber cork, adding to the cheapness of the packaging if it wasn't for the expense of the ink and the artistry done on the bottle. So not quite sure what point they're trying to get across. Or are they trying to save? Are they trying to be frugal? Or are they trying to show some sort of luxury, but they're skipping on other areas? Does somebody else go, hey, I'm going to be the cheap guy. I'll do a corking. And somebody else, well, we have extra money now. I'll put that on my label. I don't know. All right, we have here a honey yellow, honey brown overall color. Nice and clear. And we do our swirl, and after our swirl we get it's starting to get legs. It took its time. Long time to get those legs going. Just in case you guys are in the background and don't know and want to know, the reason for the swirl is multifold. In a nutshell, you bring the stuff up the side of the glass. The faster it runs down, the less residual sugar is in solution. You need the sugar for the fermentation when it comes to all kinds of spirits. It goes through a distillation after it goes through a fermentation. So there is still possible residual sugars, more residual sugars. The thicker it will be on the tongue, on the palate, the mouthfeel. The less sugar, the more watery it gets. Also, presumably, the more sugar, there will be a sweeter in the background. Not always the case, but it's a hint. It's a reason to swirl and try to look sophisticated. And like I said, this is very slow to tear. It does tear, but the other reason for the swirl is to bring it up the side of the Glencairn. That's the glass. And as it comes down, there's still evaporation. Nice big air for it to evaporate. It funnels up to the nose. It gives you a better chance to sniff the minute things in the background. Since I don't have the greatest sniffer in the world, it helps. So let's take the lame sniffer and do the great sniffy and see what happens. Lemon Pledge. Lemon Pledge with vanilla. Yeah, Lemon Pledge with vanilla. That's what I get out of it. It's not saying it's a bad thing. What I reflect on. Let's give it a try. Vanilla. Sweet, 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 sweet. Sugary like icing. Lemon. More icing. Stone fruit. All through this. I would give this more bourbon flavors than rum flavors. But that sweetness, really strong. There is no real discernible burn, but that ethanol from the, what did I say, 80%? Yeah, 40% alcohol by volume, 80 proof, does come out. And to me, it always tastes like burnt rubber to me. Whether it's a bourbon or whether it's a rum or whatever it is, it always tastes like burnt rubber. So to me, you're getting this nice sugary white icing with some lemon and vanilla and, like I said, the stone fruit, which is typically things I get out of a lot of different bourbons. But that ethanol wants to trail along with it. It's just kind of like its ugly friend who wants to be in the front row. It's supposed to be there. You can't get rid of it. The party's over if he's gone, but you must stand in the front row. And that's where I'm getting with this. Very tasty. Very nice. Now, when this particular video is shot, very cold, heart of the winter, and it is a bit light for this time of year. Now, summertime, when it's just blazing hot, would this go well? Not bad. It is an individual sipper with that much sweetness coming out. That real, in my opinion, very nice white icing coming through. It is a definite sipper on its own right. But this time of year where it's 30 some degrees outside and threatens to get colder, it's a little on the light side for my particular palate. Summer, maybe a little bit strong. So I would say this is a nice fall, spring, somewhere where it's not too hot but not too cold. So definitely fall, spring type, standalone sipper. Now, in a cocktail, I have had this in several cocktails, and to my surprise and sadness at the same time, it played very well with the other ingredients in the cocktail itself. It didn't want to fight with the other flavors. It went very well. The reason why I see this with sadness is that you start to debate, should I have this in a cocktail? Should it be on a standalone? When really it should kind of pick a team. Are you a cocktail alcohol, or are you a standalone alcohol? Being in between, it's kind of like, dude, pick a side, all right? And that's where I kind of draw my, this is my particular opinion, but that's where I draw my sadness on this. I think it's a nice standalone, and it should stay on the standalone side. But that's just my opinion. Any comments about this particular product down below be warmly welcomed, as always. Or better yet, go out, buy it, try it yourself, and review it on YouTube for the rest of us in the YouTube spirits community can see your opinion about. Oh my word. Gustavo Aguilera. No. Aguavira. Agua tonic. This stuff. There you go. Now I can read it too. And let's hear your particular opinion on what kind of product it is, and if it's any good or not, and if we should buy it or not, and how we should drink it, and all that good stuff. But until next time, keep on drinking.